The other thing you want to pay attention to when focusing on one asset class is understanding the time frames. Okay, so when you focus on one asset class, which once again, as I mentioned in the other video, the other part of the series, you are primarily paying attention to the characteristics of this asset. So if you are looking at the 15-minute chart, there are a set of habits and behaviors that this asset class will display at certain times of the day. And it's your job to understand those time frames, to build a relationship with that time frame. The only way you're going to build a relationship with any of your asset classes, it doesn't matter if you have a watch list of stocks, if you have a watch list of Forex or futures, it doesn't matter about the watch list, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, what you have in your watch list, which probably with the exception of maybe stocks or what have you, because pretty much they're all kind of moving at the same time. They usually are moving, relatively at the same time at a certain period of the morning. Much like the indices, they all kind of run on the same sort of trend throughout a particular period of the day. So, but Forex, there's so many different currency pairs, you have to really decipher from, one pair to the other, and which time of the day these particular currency pairs are behaving throughout a period of a day, or throughout a period of time, throughout the period of a week, a month, or however long you're trying to watch this particular asset class. But the bottom line is, when you're watching this asset class, say on a 5-minute chart, you have to really be in tune with your time frame, which leads to another thing. If you are working late and all you can do is play the morning time, if you work in the mornings and all you can do is play the evening, you have to be extremely familiar with the behavior of that particular period of the day. You have to become familiarized with that specific time slot. And you have to adapt your strategies to that time frame. Okay, so if you're looking at the 5-minute chart and you can only trade 12 at night, 12 in the morning, midnight, if that's the only time you can trade, then you probably will need to look into Forex or something, so that you can work overnight and look at certain currency pairs that sort of that are adaptive to your strategy. If you're able to work in the morning, maybe the American markets are a lot more suitable for your particular strategy. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, as far as me, I trade the NASDAQ, which on Nadex is the US Tech 100. And that's all I trade. That's all I need to trade. Based on my strategy, based on my methods, based on what I'm doing personally, that's the only thing I really need to be looking at, because that is the asset class that lends itself to what I'm doing. I pretty much have traded all kinds of other types of trading, Forex, futures. I dabbled in stocks for a while, but that was like a long time ago. But now I'm focusing on one asset class, which is the NASDAQ, or the US Tech 100 in Nadex. And that's all I need to see. And I have built and formulated relationships with that particular asset class. So that's what you have to do. You have to take the time out to really cultivate your skill set with the asset that you are looking to trade. And once you become familiarized with that time frame, then you can move on to, some other, asset that you may want to trade. So first you have to really focus on the one that you need to focus on, and then you focus on the next and the next. That's kind of how you naturally build, a good number or a healthy number of a watch list of trades or stocks or whatever of future stocks or what have you that you're looking at. So that's what you want to pay attention to. So I would say, you will need to look into, first of all, the time frame you're going to trade, because if you're going to trade like hourly or daily or anything like that, then more than likely you are going to need a lot, a bigger repertoire of a watch list, because your horizon is so widened to the point where it really wouldn't make any sense to just watch that one, because you'll be watching it for months, unless that's what you wanted to do, then that by all means. But in terms of what you will be trying to do with it, you wouldn't necessarily want to treat it like you would day trading. You would treat it like an investment portfolio or whatever the case is. But if you're trading the 5-minute chart, the 2-minute chart, and you're like scalping, you're operating at a fast pace at those lower time frames, then you will indeed need to focus on one asset. Because if you try to spread everything across, you're going to get stuck, you're going to get flustered, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to miss opportunities. There's all kinds of stuff that's going to go on. Okay, so that's why it's best suited for you to focus on one asset class when it comes to time frames.